All right, so can you guys see my screen now? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
All right. So, first of all, again, there is no face-to-face yet. So, we're not actually sure when we're going to have the limited face-to-face class. So, yeah, our routine said probably February once all the classrooms were already checked by the CHED, but that's not yet sure. Okay, so for now, we will utilize the use the LMS, the Canvas, in order to finish this course. So to those who are not yet here in Baguio, so you guys are lucky since yeah, it's quite a hassle. If you're just going to yeah, you'll go here to Baguio just attend one class, and then that's just every Saturday. So it's quite risky, quite a waste of money. So it's not that worth it. Okay, for now, since there's only one subject wherein we offered a limited face to face and wala pa. Anyway, so yeah, again, I hope that you guys have already read everything regarding with our homepage. But let's just go over with the important things, especially the course overview. So this course focuses on the principles of layout of electrical, electronics, and logic drawings, stressing modern representation use for black diagrams, wiring or assembly, drawings, printed circuit board layouts, and then etching. Okay. Okay. So I know that if yeah, if you're going to have a limited face to face, you guys will be able to do this last two. Print a circuit board, and then etch your design layout. But if ever that the limited face to face will be cancelled, so you can still do this one, but I won't be checking this one anymore. Okay, uh since we are in ODL, okay, so I won't be able to check your project, if we are in ODL. So it would be better if I'll be able to see it personally, so I can see your detailed PCB. Okay. Well, I think I can still check that one if we have a high quality camera wherein I can see all of the details. But yeah, this will be uh, a 50-50 project right now. Okay. So for now, we will stick up to PCB design using the software, of course. And if ever that we're going to have a limited face to face, then I will require you guys to do this final project. Okay. So are we clear so far regarding with this one? Hello, hello. Are you guys able to understand what I'm
Yes, sir.
trying to say?
Yes,
Your
sir.
final project. Okay. Unless you guys are willing to still do this one. But before, in our case before, they group us into 3 or 4 so that we can, save some money. So not all of us will buy, a PCB. Not all of us will buy a as components, resistors, wirings, yung LED, and then the uh the one that we use to melt the LED. So yung panghinang in Tagalog. And one more thing is a driller. Okay, that is one quite expensive. I think it's around 500 pesos to 1,000 peso. So if I will require you guys, this final project, all of you will buy those, tools. So probably to reach you up to 1,000 to probably 1,000 to 2,000 pesos. So that's quite expensive if it's individual. But if it's 4 people in one group, then you can save a lot of money. Like you're just going to pay maybe 300 or 400 uh each. okay, or maybe just 200 only if you'll be able to find some cheap uh, equipments or tools. Anyway, so here are the course learning outcomes. So identify electronic symbols and components and use them in preparing the schematic diagrams. And then create schematic diagrams and then PCB layout using software, of course, with the use of EagleCAD. And then lastly, fabricate printed circuit boards using alternative methods. Okay. And yeah, again, there is no available ebook yet, so I'll just update this one soon once I found a super related ebook for this one. Anyway, so yeah, that's pretty much it for the homepage. Let's go over now to your modules. All right, so everything is the same, so just check them out. So the most important thing under syllabus is the course content, of course. So for the week 1 and 2, so we're going to talk about black diagrams and then flowcharts. But then again, we have already missed one meeting, so that is last week. So we wasn't able to meet last week due to the extended enrollment, and I'm the one catering the CP students at that time. So yeah, we'll just consume this 1 week, 1 week remaining for these black diagrams and flowchart. So we're going to talk about two modules in this week 1 and 2. And then for the third week, third and fourth week, so I'll be introducing some electronics, some basic components that we use when it comes to designing the PCB. Okay, and then week 5, 6, 7, 8 will be supposedly you guys are going to do this one also like hand sketch schematic diagram if we are only in a face-to-face, limited face-to-face. However, since we're still in ODL, if we are still not in limited face-to-face, then I'll just implement or I'll just require you guys you to do the schematic diagram, okay, using a certain tool or a certain software, okay, not the hand sketch schematic diagram anymore, okay. And then for the week 9 and 10, so it's about introduction to circuit layout software tool or the EagleCAD itself. And then lastly is the PCB design layout. So since we don't have this one, okay, or we don't have this one is not yet sure for this PCB design layout. So if we haven't finished your final project yet, okay, so we will just spend our weeks in finalizing your design layout. Okay, so no fabrication yet, no component soldering yet. I just remember we call that one soldering iron. Okay, so the one that used to melt the lead. And then yeah, so you're not going to buy a matrix boards anymore since this one is not yet sure. And then lastly is etching. So you're not going to etch yet since again this one is not yet sure. So up to now, if we are still in pure ODL, we're still be able to finish week 1 to week 10. However, these are things that you will miss. Okay, but then again, this one is optional. If you're really willing to experience this one, then feel free to buy your own components. So you can message me so I can guide you what are the components that you're going to buy. Okay, regarding your let's say project that you wanted to create or you wanted to do. Okay. Anyway, so are we clear so far regarding with your course content?
Yes, sir.
Alright then. So sayang lang talaga kasi this one is really, really exciting. This one is the most exciting topic in this subject actually. So, designing your own PCB and then implementing it on real PCB, soldering it on that PCB, and so on and so forth. Anyway, so we'll see, okay? All right, so that's it for the syllabus. So let's go over now to the modules. So again, to those who haven't submitted their 1 minute video yet, please submit them now since the deadline is today. For the exam schedule, okay, that will be on January 29 for your midterm, and then this one is incorrect. Okay, I'll update this one later on. This one is for first half, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, so this one is incorrect. So I'll update this one later on. Okay. All right, so let's go over now to the week 1 and 2. So we have two modules for this one, the module 1 and 2. So we have black diagram and then flowchart. So just check them out later on. And then as usual, in order for us to save, 5 meetings. Okay, so I think it took us 5 meetings before in order to finish the week. I mean the black diagram and then the flowchart. So what I did is I compiled my previous Zoom meeting in this previous class. So just check them out. So for the black diagram, it's only a 48-minute video. And then for the, just wait a second. Okay, so this is a 30 slide, 48-minute video. So just check this one out. And then for the flow chart, so there is one big problem right here, since I think I wasn't able to record the part one. Okay, the part one is from slide 1 to slide 16. Okay, as you guys can see from the start of the video, we are already at slide 17. Okay, so what we'll do today is I will discuss the slide 1 to 16 real quick. Okay, so will that be okay to you guys? We're going to have a short discussion, maybe 5 to 10 minutes only.
No po, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Well, I don't know what happened before, but I think it took us like 35 minutes to discuss the slide 1 to slide 16, since this is already the part 2 and then the part 3 of the video. But when I check the things that I need to discuss, so it's like, they are super understandable. Like it, all you need to do is apply your common sense actually. So wala namang parang mahirap intindihin. Parang bakit ang haba ng paliwanag ko dati? Okay. Anyway, so here is the start of the flow chart. I mean of the module 2 flow chart. So the first question is, what is a flow chart? So flow chart is a means to visually present the flow of data. So that's already it. Okay, you're representing the flow of data of your system, okay, or what's happening on that system, okay, or within that system, okay. So here's another definition. So a flow chart is a diagrammatic representation that illustrates the sequence, okay. So it's like the same with this one, from the flow or from the workflow, we just change that one into sequence, okay. So we have the start and then the end of your let's say system, okay. And then when to make a flowchart. So flowcharts are generally drawn in the early stages of formulating computer solutions. So mostly we do this one just to give a quick representation of our project in order for us to explain this one to other people, okay. Like for example, you're a businessman and then you wanted to sell your project or your system. So of course you need full chart on what's happening on your system. So first of all, maybe you're going to register, log in, and then after successfully logging in, it will lead you to the dashboard or the homepage, and then the features that you can do on that dashboard or in that homepage, and then the, let's say, the decision making or the processes that your features will do on each of those let's say features, okay. And then what will it do after pressing that feature, and so on and so forth, okay. And then up to the end of your project, okay, kung ano yung pinaka-last na mangyari. All right. So next is, what is the role of a flowchart? So flowcharts play a vital role in the programming of a problem and are quite helpful in understanding the logic of complicated and lengthy problems. So this one is super helpful, especially if we have a project that is quite big. Okay, so it's only it will only become understandable to the others once you have this flow chart that you have right now. Okay, if you're going to explain this big system to them without a flow chart, you're going to have a big problem. So you can let them uh, imagine everything. Okay, you need to show some proof or some tangible representation in order for them to understand what you're trying to say. So the same when doing pitching or convincing your panel members, especially if you're going to have your thesis. So ito yung isa sa mga pinakamahalagang chart that you need to show to the panel members and what's really happening on your project. Okay, is it really needed or this process really needed? Is this feature really needed? Okay, and then what will happen if uh, I click or I go over with that feature and so on and so forth. Okay, hence it is correct to say that a flowchart is a must for the better documentation of a complex program. All right. So are we clear so far to this point? Can everybody
Yes,
follow?
sir.
Okay, so just let me know if you have a question. So this is just a simple representation of a flow chart. So we have a start button and then the end. Okay, as usual, they are represented by circle. And then just let's say pinindot mo yung application and then it go over now to this alarm rings. Okay, so we have two options. So ready to get up, yes or no. Okay, so sa cellphone nyo na lang, okay? Parang nag-set kayo ng alarm and then kapag nag-ring na yung alarm, ito na yung feature ng alarm mismo, nag-ring na siya. So are you going to get up now or not yet? So if yes, then climb out of bed and then that's it. That's the role of that system. Okay, so it was able to do its job. It was able to wake you up, from sleep. But if you're not yet ready, then you just hit the snooze button and then just wait again for 5 minutes and then it will ring again. Okay, and then it will ask you again. So are you ready now to get up? Okay, if not yet, then it will loop. I think up to 3 times only. Okay, so there are some alarm clocks wherein it loops infinitely, but some will only ask you 3 times. So if you're not yet ready for the third time, then it will just close the application and it will not wake you up anymore. Okay. So yeah, this one is the process. Okay, and then mostly this one is like a time representation. So just take a look on the shapes. So squares are process, and then diamonds are decisions, and then circles are the start and then end of your system. Okay, so we have more different shapes for this flow chart. So we have this parang oblong. This one is a terminator. So this one indicates the beginning or end of a program. So magkaiba sila, no? But yeah, as long as it has a label, I think it's already understandable. So some start and end is being represented by this oblong, okay, oblongated circle. And yeah, as usual, process still square, and then diamond is decision, and then this one is a delay time, and this one is data, this one is document, and then multiple documents, and so on and so forth. So there's a lot more. If your system is using a database, then you can use this one. Okay. And what else? If your system will display something, then you can use this one. Okay. If it's going to prepare something before displaying, then you can use this one. Okay. And so on and so forth. So just check them out. Okay. So here are the most common flowchart symbols. So we have the terminator, okay, decision, process, document, up to the connector. Okay, so this one is very important if your system is quite big or if your flowchart is quite long. Like for example, let's go over this later on. Okay, wala pa dito yan. Anyway, I'll explain this one later on real quick. So shapes are not necessary. So again, the start could be oblong or just simply circle. As long as you have label, the start and then end, then that's already understandable. Okay. So it is not strictly necessary to use boxes, circles, diamonds, or other such symbols to construct a flow chart, but these do help to describe the types of events in the chart more clearly. Okay? So hindi naman kailangan dapat perfect yung flow chart mo. So it's okay, to do or to implement some random shapes as long as you have the flow of your data really understandable. So what we're looking is the flow of your program. And if I go here, what will happen? If I go here, what will happen? Something like that. Okay. But then again, of course, symbols helps us to understand your project more clearly. Okay. So here are some guidelines in using a flowchart. So it must be in logical order, of course, since that's why it's called flowchart, right? And then it should be clear, neat, and then easy to follow. So in other words, if I'm a person who knows nothing when it comes to flowchart, so I must be able to understand and follow it without a problem. Okay. Number three, so the only representation of a flowchart is from left to right or top to bottom. So that just those two only. Don't do the other way around, like from right to left, from bottom to top. So don't do that one. You're just going to confuse your customer or your client. Okay. So of course, only one flow line, okay, should come out from a process symbol. So if it's a process, so dapat isa lang yung palabas. Okay. And then also, one flow line should enter a decision symbol. So it's only, only understandable that there must be only one flow that will go into decision, since it's a decision making part of your system. So what if that the other one will make your system uh, have an output of yes? And then what if the other uh, line that will go in will have a decision of let's say going out as a no? Okay, so it will only confuse your project. So there must be only one line entering the decision symbol. Okay, and then write between standard flowchart symbols briefly. Okay, so as necessary, you can use the annotation symbol to describe data or computational steps more clearly. So pwede kang gumamit ng call this one legend or some uh, parang mga acronyms, just to make the labeling of your every components in that flowchart super short or super brief. You don't want to put some sentences or paragraphs in your flowchart. Okay, as much as possible, it should be one word only. Okay, two words is okay, or three words. Okay, as long as it's really necessary for the client or customer to understand your project. Okay, number 7, connector symbols. If the flowchart becomes more complex, it is better to use connector symbols to reduce the number of flow lines. So this is now the one that I'm talking about a while ago, the connector symbol. Oops. This one right here, the circle one, connector symbols. So if you have a project which looks like this, wherein from the top of the bond paper, and then you have more processes that you need to draw more below the line. So you don't want to draw a very long line just to connect this one and then going up to this process. So you can use a connector, which is indicating that this one is connected to this one. Okay, so if you need more, then just use a connector right here and then just put it on another bond paper. Okay, so that is to avoid some intersection of flow lines if you want to make more effective and better way of communication. Okay, so are we clear so far? If ever that we have something like this, a very long uh, representation of data.
That's all.
So yeah, that's actually it for the slide 1 to slide 17. And then the rest are already explained on this video, on this 26-minute video. Okay? So part 1 and part 2 lang. Oh yeah, anyway, it still took us. Let me just check. This is really the end. Yeah. So you were also able to finish this one in just 14 minutes. Okay, so just watch the this one from 0 minute to 14 minutes in order for you to finish the flowchart. And then moving on to your uh, laboratories, okay, and then short activity. So what we have here is this a simple instruction. So lab number 1, create a step-by-step block diagram of traditional enrollment system of use. So you guys are, enrolling, always enrolling uses. So you guys probably already know the correct process, okay, on how to enroll in using. Okay, so when I say traditional, were you guys able to experience? Were all of you able to experience face-to-face enrollment, or
Yes,
some of
sir.
you uh started with a lead, yeah, with an ODL? Meron ba yung ODL kaagad? Or lahat kayo na experience niyo yung face-to-face enrollment? Pupunta kayo sa UC and then, yeah, yung ganun.
ODM na agad, sir.
Ano yan?
Online na agad, sir.
Online ka na kaagad. Hmm. Kasi dalawa to eh. There's actually two. Lab number 1 is for traditional, and then lab number 2 is for online enrollment. So lab number 2 and lab number 4 is no problem. Okay. So just to make it short, lab number 1 and lab number 2 will require you to make a block diagram. 3 and 4 is for a flowchart. So we cannot skip the first one or the third one, since this one is part of the requirements. So what I would like you guys to do is ask your classmates, those who have experienced, a traditional enrollment in UC, and then just ask their help. Okay? So yun na lang siguro, mas magandang or mas okay na parehas kayo ng sagot kaysa hindi nyo ma-experience yung itong lab number 1 and lab number 3. Okay? So, yeah. Ganun na lang. Okay? Will that be okay? Just ask your classmates. And then ask help. And then, yeah, just modify your own shapes. I mean, the color of your shapes. So, of course, kung parehas naman yung process, parehas naman yung mga mangyari, then you can have the same shapes, of course. But maybe just the color, just to avoid super the same answer or result. Will that be okay, Mr. Basera and then Mr. Junil instead?
Yes, sir.
Kasi mamimiss nyo tong 100 points din to ang dalawa kung di nyo gagawin. And then, mahirapan naman, mas magandang kwan, meron kayong output na lang kaysa naman gawin kong exempted. Okay? So, ganun na lang. Alright? Para naman lahat is gawin nyo. Okay? From lab 1 to lab number 4. So again, lab number 1 and 2 is black diagram. 3 and 4 is for the flowchart. So 3 is traditional, and then 4 is the online. And then we have 2 case studies. So just read them out. As usual, you'll be given a fact and then a question, another fact, and then a question. And then just share your own opinion. And then, yeah, as long as you were able to convince me that your answer is correct, then okay, do a perfect score. So there's a question. So can we use logarithm? Not yet. Okay, this logarithm is like a more advanced flow charting. So just stick with flow chart for now. Okay. So logarithm is for like parang dinidiscuss mo na kasi dyan yung program mo mismo. Okay, or your code itself. Nagkakaroon ka na ng mga variables. Okay. Anyway, so yun lang naman, I guess. We still have 2 minutes left, 2 minutes and 30 seconds. So yeah, that's it for now. And then as usual, I give you guys 2 weeks to finish everything. Okay, so the due dates will be on January 28th. So yeah, and then one more thing, if my pre-made video is not enough, then you can always visit the the YouTube links right there, external YouTube links. Okay, so they are tutorials from YouTube.
Sir, handwritten po yung mga flowchart and diagrams.
No. Use a tool. Okay, you can use any tool or software that is available to create the black diagram. So same with lab number 3. Okay, so you can use any tool or software, okay, to create a flowchart. All right.
Ito, sir.
Well, actually, you can use Microsoft Word. Everybody has Microsoft Word, so yeah, you just use the shapes in there and then the arrows, so you can already make some black diagrams or a flowchart. So yeah, that's it for now. Do you guys have a question or clarification? Question or clarification, guys?
Wala pa naman, sir.
Wala naman po, sir.
All right then. So if there's no question, then I guess it's good. And if ever you have a question in the future, so just let me know. Just message me. Okay. All right. So as always, thank you guys for coming. I really appreciate it. And yeah, see you guys next meeting. And then a blessed day to all of you.
Bye, sir.
Sir, that's it.
Goodbye.
Thank you, sir.
Bye, sir.